Hi, I'm Edie.
I'm Judy.
And
together we're the Rainbow Grannies.
Yay! Today we decided we'd talk about our first crushes.
Our first girl crush.
Our first girl crush. Okay, I had my first crush on a girl here at Ogilvy Park. I did a summer camp right back there at that shelter, and the little girl's name was Liz. And she was really cute and had wild blonde hair. I look forward every day to go to the summer camp because she was there and me and her was going to glue rocks on a piece of bark together or just laugh and giggle and walk through the woods and they teach us everything about leaves and stuff. So for me to have an opportunity to I knew right then. I mean, there might have been other girls because by that time you're at least second grade or so, maybe. Yeah. First grade or so, but you run into other girls at school that you might like the way one dresses or the way her hair looks or something like that. But with Lizzie at camp, it was just such a wonderful,
it was different.
Yeah, it was different.
It was different.
So
she put a place in your heart.
Yeah, forever and ever. Like after years go by and stuff, I always can remember this little girl Lizzie and how much fun it was and how much fun she was. But I can never really remember what her face looked like. I just remember she was fun and this was it, So every time even as a teenager, I'd go to a football game and I'd see this girl and I'd wonder if that's her, because I don't know if she thought the same as me or if she was just happy to be at camp or whatever. I never, it wasn't a sexual thing, but it was just just a warm, good feeling being with her.
Like you couldn't wait to see her.
Couldn't wait.
When you were in camp.
It was, yeah. I was one of them kids that after 1 week after being at camp, you're standing there crying because you don't get to go back. That's me. Because, it was done. That was it.
So when you met Lizzie and you had this great crush on her, do you remember telling anybody about it?
No. Never told anybody.
Did you remember thinking deliberately not to tell anybody about it?
Not really. I don't even remember thinking not deliberately. I just probably knew that it was something that I wasn't supposed to go home and tell Mom. Mom, I met this little girl that I just think so special. Because I remember thinking I saw her one other time too. My dad belonged to the Veterans Administration and they had like a Christmas party. And there was a little girl at the Christmas party that I thought might have been her. So that's how every once in a while I was just like, is that her? Is that her?
See, that's what I love. She made such an impression on your heart that you kept looking for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might Facebook with her today.
you might look
just to see, I'll do a little search on Lizzie's.
That's cool. So my first girl crush, I was 4 years old, and I was head over heels in love with my babysitter. My babysitter's name was Sandy, and I remembered she turned 15 years old because she brought her birthday card over to show me when she was babysitting. And I had a sister and a brother too, but I remember she showed me her birthday card that was like a little booklet that told a story, and she taught me how to read. And that made me feel so special because it meant to me that loving feeling I had, head over heels, would return.
Well, and even to this day, you love to read.
I do.
So, I don't know, maybe you got
probably
that from
influenced me. That's right. Probably because of her.
Influencer.
And she was, there were other babysitters that we would have, and I was horrible to them. I never minded my parents going out, but I wanted Sandy to be the babysitter. If it was somebody else, I was the worst rotten kid in the world.
I bet you she was a little spoiled, stomp your feet kind of baby.
Oh my God. And when I thought back at it later, I thought, well, there was another babysitter we had who was she was on the swim team and she had her hair cut short and her shoulders were big and she kind of had that swagger that she probably was gay. But my little brain didn't know that. I just knew Sandy was beautiful. And she taught me how to read.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, well, and I didn't tell anybody. I mean, I told my sister that she was my favorite babysitter because my sister told me, yes, Sandy's my favorite babysitter. Because for my sister, she said Sandy let her watch the beauty pageant. So that made her favorite babysitter. She wanted to be beautiful like Sandy. And it wasn't until I came out an adult, I told my sister, you know, I love Sandy's our favorite babysitter because I was in love with her. So, but I didn't tell anybody at the time.
Right.
I mean, and it's not like I had words for it, but I did know not to tell anybody how special she was, why she was that special.
Isn't that amazing how that's kind of ingrained in you to not make that big announcement that I think the babysitter is beautiful over the top. Right. Or there's this little girl at summer camp that I can't wait to see, you know, because you just know without anybody even saying anything to you that people are not going to be receptive. They're not going to be like, oh yeah.
Right, because, you know, if there was a little boy you had a crush on, everybody would have said, oh, you like, you know.
Right.
And I picked out little boys in first grade who I liked, but mostly because, you know, we like to, you know, run and play ball.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I had a best buddy, and me and him, we would put on our roller skates and skate, and, you know, matter of fact, when you think back about it, all my buddies, now that I'm thinking about it, all my buddies when I was little were all boys.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I had a couple little girls I would, you know, maybe go picnic or something like that with, but all the ones that I had real fun with were little boys. I mean, I remember, like, somebody gave my dad, like, the 3 of those big Tonka trucks.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. We were in heaven because we'd get out there and just fill them with rocks and roll them down the hill, and life was good.
Right.
So that was all part of finding out exactly who we are. And it just, you know, takes time. And I want to remind you all, since you're watching us and everything and you've been with us, to hit the subscribe button.
Right.
Subscribe and hit the notification so that the bell will ring so that you'll be notified each and every time that we make a video, we upload a video.
Thank you for being with us.
Yep, thank you very much. Bye.
So tell us more about that, about the little girl you had a crush on in camp.
Well, I often wondered, after, you know, she was just such a nice little girl, that I wondered, like, sometimes I'd go to football games and stuff, and I'd wonder, I'd see this little girl, and I'd say, wonder if that's her, wonder if that's her.
That's very cute. That reminds you of your crush?